Hi, how y'all doing? It's Justin here with another episode of the NorthFormPdcst. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Start with a plug for Kaweco Sport pens. These are great. This is a brass Kaweco Sport silver nib. This one is bold. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's medium, which is, I find that to be the perfect one. The only complaint I have about these is the cartridge inside of them. So if you take it out, the cartridge is pretty small. Doesn't last very long. This one, I believe, is the brown one, which is quite nice. Kind of an amberish brown. And I love it because it's brass. It'll develop a natural patina over time. This one's pretty new, so it hasn't really developed it yet. But it's a pocket pin, so you can't really tell, but it's very small, fits easily in the pocket. They make an attachment so you could put it onto like a shirt pocket as well. Has a nice weight to it. It's brass, so it has a really nice feeling. And I have another one too. It's a Kaweco Collections, much lighter. It's like this iguana blue, I think it is. No, it's not focusing. This is the collection, and this one has like a gold. I'm not sure what the carat of it is. It's a gold nib, and I'm not much a fan of it because it's fine. I would recommend you get medium or larger, maybe even bold, and it has a nice logo at the top. This one's much lighter because it's aluminum, and it's got the like blissful blue or something, paradise blue, that's what it's called, ink in it. It's great if you want to get into fountain pens. Kaweco makes them. They often are shipped in these nice little cases. The classic black is also nice, and like I said, I do recommend you get a medium or larger, otherwise it's just a little bit too thin. So I'm here to encourage you to act as quickly as you can when the desire comes, because before you know it, that desire will go away. By the same token, if you don't act on the desire will get stronger, and you'll have no choice but to eventually execute on your desire. So we're continuing our... What the fuck? Excuse me. Oh, okay, I see what it was. 14% of the way through are we through the katana mindset. One of the most striking implications of the study is the longevity benefits of authentic relationships extending beyond the individual. Strong social bonds ripple outward, creating healthier families, communities, and workplaces. When we prioritize authenticity, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also contribute to a culture of genuine connection. This is the antidote to the hollow pursuit of appearances, a reminder that depth, not perfection, is what truly sustains us. As I think back to the study's findings, they feel like research is more of a reflecting of the truths I've experienced firsthand. Relationships built on appearances are brittle. They can't withstand the pressures of life's challenges. But authentic connection, like a well-forged katana, is strong and enduring. It doesn't just enrich our lives, it extends them, offering longer and deeper experiences of what it means to be human. In the end, Holt-Lundstad's study is more than a statistic. It's a call to action. It challenges us to move beyond the surface, to let go of the mask, and to invest in the kind of relationships that truly matter. It's not easy. It requires vulnerability, some effort, and some courage, but the rewards are immeasurable. After all, what's the point of living longer if we aren't living authentically? As you embark on your own journey, remember that true vitality comes not from appearances, but from the deep well of authentic Genki. Chapter 2. Building true Genki. A few years ago, I hit a wall. At first, I didn't see it coming. My days were packed with tasks and commitments, and I was constantly on the move. Work meetings, side projects, family obligations. On the outside, I looked like it was all together. Always busy, always productive, always smiling, but inside, something was cracking. I still remember the morning. It all caught up with me. I was sitting in my car, parked outside the office, gripping the steering wheel as if letting go would send me spinning out of control. My chest felt tight, my thoughts scattered. It wasn't one big crisis that brought me there. It was the slow, silent accumulation of pretending I was fine when I wasn't. For weeks I had ignored the signs, a constant low-level exhaustion that even a weekend of sleep couldn't cure. Little moments of frustration that seemed to bubble over for no reason. But the real red flag was how disconnected I felt from everything, even the things that I once loved. Instead of facing it, I doubled down. Keep going, I told myself. You're fine. After all, wasn't that what everyone else did? The cost of pretending. In hindsight, what I was doing wasn't fine at all. It was a sort of survival mode. I thought that keeping up appearances, staying busy, staying strong was a sign of stability, but the truth was I was building my life on shaky foundations. My version of stability was surface level. I was putting on a show for myself and others, but it lacked the depth and resilience I needed to thrive. The car that morning became my turning point. I finally allowed myself to admit the truth. I was not okay. And that's when something shifted. Instead of pushing those feelings aside, I started asking myself hard questions. Why did I feel the need to appear fine at all costs? What was I avoiding by staying busy? What would it look like to stop pretending and focus on building something real? The truth about Genki. In Japanese, the word Genki often translates as healthy or energetic. If you ask someone, Genki desu ka? How are you? A typical response might be, Genki desu, a cheerful, I'm fine. But the essence of Genki goes deeper than just looking or feeling fine on the surface. True Genki is about having a wellspring of inner strength, a sense of balance and vitality that sustains you even when life gets tough. What I had been projecting, this busy, smiley, I've got this version of myself, was what I now call surface Genki. It's the kind of energy that looks good from the outside, but it's fragile underneath. Authentic Genki, on the other hand, is quiet and steady. It's not about always being on or perfect. It's about creating a foundation that supports you even in moments of struggle. The aftermath of that morning in the car was messy. I didn't suddenly become enlightened or figure everything out, but I started to make small shifts. I learned to recognize when I was slipping into surface Genki, the urge to mask stress with busyness, to overcommit when I should step back, to power through instead of rest. One of the most important lessons I learned was this. True Genki begins with honesty. You can't build strong foundations if you refuse to see cracks. I had to get real about what I needed, which was rest, boundaries, and connection. And I let go of the idea that stability might never be asking for help. Another key lesson was that resilience isn't something you perform, it's something you cultivate. It's in the way you take care of your body and mind, the way you handle setbacks, and the way you stay grounded in your values. Rebuilding from within. Looking back, I'm grateful for the moment of burnout, not because it was easy, but because it forced me to confront the differences between surface and authentic stability. The process of rebuilding wasn't glamorous, but it was transformative. I started making space for rest, which felt almost revolutionary after years of pushing myself. I also began to simplify my commitments, focusing on what truly matters instead of trying to do everything. And perhaps most importantly, I allowed myself to slow down enough to really reflect. What kind of life did I want to build? What would it look like to live with authentic Genki? Today, I still catch myself falling into old patterns, but I've learned to recognize the signs early and course correct. I no longer equate stability with perfection or busyness. Instead, I see it as an ongoing process, a commitment to building a life that feels solid and meaningful from the inside out. Cultural contrast. Tatemai versus one and their influence on stability. In Japanese culture, two fundamental concepts often guide social interactions and personal behavior. Tatemai and one. These words represent two sides of a person's expression. Tatemai being the public facade or socially appropriate behavior, and one being one's true feelings or desires. Understanding how these conflicts influence Japanese ideas of stability can reveal both the strengths and challenges of balancing surface level appearance with inner authenticity. The role of tatemai, stability in harmony. At its core, tatemai is about maintaining social harmony. In Japan, where communal values often outweigh individual expression, presenting a composed, agreeable front is seen as virtue. This isn't about dishonesty, but rather about prioritizing the group's needs over personal emotions. Imagine you're at work and a colleague suggests an idea you don't entirely agree with. In tatemai-driven interaction, you might nod along, offering polite encouragement rather than direct criticism. Why? Because the goal isn't to assert your opinion, but to preserve a sense of collaboration and respect. This approach can create an external sense of stability. When everyone upholds tatemai, the interactions flow smoothly, conflicts are minimized, and the group feels cohesive. It's a powerful tool for maintaining order, especially in contexts like workplaces, family gatherings, or public spaces. However, tatemai has its limitations. While it helps preserve surface-level harmony, it can sometimes prevent people from addressing deeper issues. When tatemai dominates, unresolved tensions can simmer beneath the surface, creating cracks in what appears to be a stable system. One, the anchor of authentic stability. In contrast, one represents a person's true thoughts and feelings, their authentic self. One doesn't concern itself with appearances or social expectations. It's the quiet voice that knows what you really want, even when you don't say it out loud. One is crucial for authentic stability. While tatemai can smooth over day-to-day interactions, one is what grounds you during life's more challenging moments. Without one, it's easy to lose touch with your core values and your desires and your boundaries. For example, in relationships, expressing one might mean admitting when you're hurt or setting boundaries when something feels wrong. In work, it might mean acknowledging when you're overwhelmed or dissatisfied, rather than continuing to, quote, go with the flow, unquote, out of obligation. But balancing one and tatemae isn't always easy. Japanese culture doesn't encourage abandoning one for the other. Instead, it seeks harmony between them. The challenge is knowing when to lean on tatemae to maintain harmony and when to embrace one to preserve authenticity. Tatemae and one in action. Let's look at a common scenario in Japan. The workplace. A team member might work late into the night without voicing their fatigue. On the surface, that's tatemae, they appear dedicated and hardworking, contributing to the team's stability. But inside, the one, they might feel exhausted or resentful. If this cycle continues unchecked, the facade of stability can break down. Burnout, miscommunication, hidden dissatisfaction can undermine the very harmony that tatemae seeks to uphold. On the other hand, one can create a different kind of stability. It is that same team member, for example, feels safe to express their honest feelings. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Can we redistribute tasks? It might create an awkward moment initially, but in the long run, addressing the truth leads to more sustainable and authentic sense of stability for everyone involved. Surface versus authentic stability, a cultural lens. The interplay between tatemae and one mirrors the tension between surface-level stability and authentic stability. Tatemae offers a veneer of stability, much like the polished exterior of a house that hasn't been inspected for structural issues. One, on the other hand, is about digging deeper, ensuring that the foundation is solid, even if it means exposing cracks. In Japanese society, this duality is often navigated with remarkable skill. People understand the importance of presenting a united front, but they also recognize moments when expressing one is essential, often in private spaces or close relationships where trust allows vulnerability. Lesson for the West. Western cultures, which tend to emphasize individual expression and directness, might initially view tatemae as inauthentic, but there's wisdom in this approach. In highly interconnected environments, the ability to prioritize group harmony can be a stabilizing force. At the same time, Western readers can relate to the concept of tatemae through their own experience with social facades. Think of a polite smile at a party when you'd rather be at home, or agreement to a project at work, because it's easier than saying no. Tatemae isn't exclusive to Japan, of course. It's a universal behavior shaped by cultural norms. What Japanese culture highlights is the importance of balancing these facades with moments of authenticity. Without home stability, is that right? Without one, stability becomes brittle. Without tatemae, interactions can become too chaotic. The goal is to integrate the two, creating a life that's both harmonious and real. How to build your own balance. How do you navigate your own tatemae and one? Here are a few ways to do it. Identify your facades. When do you find yourself projecting a version of yourself that isn't fully aligned with your feelings? Number 2, create a safe space for one. Who are the people or environments where you feel comfortable expressing your true self? Number 3, strengthen one practices. Journaling, therapy, mindfulness, meditation can help you reconnect with your inner truth. 4, practice constructive tatemae. Use tatemae consciously as a tool to navigate social dynamics rather than suppress your authenticity. Tools for building authentic stability. Building authentic stability in our lives is a process of aligning our inner and outer worlds. It's not about pretending everything is fine or keeping up with external expectations, but about creating a solid foundation that supports us, even when life gets chaotic. Authentic stability comes from understanding who you are, what you need, and how to balance life's demands with your personal truth. Here are a few tools to help you build that kind of stability. Tools that can go beyond surface appearances and dig into the roots of your well-being. Number 1, mindful awareness. Turning your present self into this first step is authentic stability, and that is awareness. You are the awareness. Being in tune with how you're feeling, both physically and emotionally, at any given moment. Too often we ignore the signs of stress, burnout, or discomfort, telling ourselves that we'll deal with it later. This is where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness isn't just a buzzword. It's a practice of observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, sans jugement. It's about becoming an objective observer of your own experience. I've talked about this on the channel before. When you're mindful, you can notice when you're leaning too much into surface level stability, when you're overcommitting, you're overextending, or you're suppressing your feelings. It's about pausing and checking in with yourself. Try this. Pause for 1 minute. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Focus on your body. Where are you holding your tension? How does your mind feel? And then reflect. What is this telling you? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you anxious? Are you disconnected? Are you confused? Are you frustrated? Are you fatigued? By practicing mindfulness regularly, you'll be better equipped to recognize when your life feels out of balance and take steps to realign yourself. Necessary steps, I might add. Number 2, emotional honesty, naming what you feel. We often mask our true feelings in the name of keeping things smooth or avoiding conflict. But suppressing emotion is not a quick path to it's not a quick path to stability. Okay, he said, but suppressing emotions is a quick path to instability. A path to instability fast is by suppressing your emotions. Emotional honesty is a tool not only for understanding yourself, but also building connections with others. The next time you feel discomfort, frustration, or even joy, take a moment to name that feeling. If it's anger, disappointment, anxiety, or something else, what is it? By putting words to what you're feeling, you're acknowledging it rather than letting it fester. This simple act of labeling your emotions helps you better understand what's going on inside of you and why. Try keeping a journal where you track your emotions every day. At the end of the day, write it down. What did I feel today? Be honest with yourself, even if it's difficult to admit. Why did you feel this way? Why did I feel this way? Trace the events, the thoughts, or conversations that triggered that emotion. How did I respond? Did I avoid? Did I repress? Or did I act on that feeling? Emotional honesty lets you build a life that's grounded in reality, not avoidance. It fosters deeper self-awareness and supports your growth. Number 3, setting boundaries, protecting your inner peace. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your emotional, mental, and physical space. Without clear boundaries, you'll find yourself constantly giving away your time, energy, and focus to things and people that drain you. Setting boundaries doesn't mean being selfish. It's a form of self-respect. It's recognizing that in order to build authentic stability, you need to protect your well-being. One effective tool is to use I statements when communicating your need. For example, I need some quiet time to recharge. I can't take on that extra task right now, but I can help you later. I'm feeling overwhelmed and I need to step back right now, okay? Throw it back to them, by the way, too. If they're receptive, that is. These statements help you express your needs without feeling guilty or over-explaining yourself. They set clear, respectful boundaries without resentment. Another tool is a time audit. Take a week to track how much time you spend on different activities. Are you spending more time pleasing others or keeping up with obligations than focusing on your own well-being? Reflect on where you might need to create stronger boundaries by honoring your own boundaries. You create space for authentic stability to flourish. Number 4, create routines. This is the power of consistency. In a world that's constantly changing, routine may seem boring or restrictive, but the truth is, routines provide a sense of control and predictability, which are essential for authentic stability. The key is to create routines that nurture your body, your mind, and your spirit. Think about it. How many times have you had a chaotic day because you didn't know what to expect from your schedule? A lack of structure can lead to stress, but when you build a daily routine, even if it's a simple routine, it helps you regain focus and calm. So start small. A morning routine. Take a walk in the morning for 10 minutes, stretch, meditate, or take a quick journal or a quick reading session before diving into your day. Evening routine. Disconnect from screens an hour or so before bed and spend time reading and reflecting, journaling. These small routines can help you start and end your day with intentionality, creating stability even in the midst of unpredictable moments. Number 5, building emotional resilience. Embracing life's ups and downs. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it's an essential tool for authentic stability. Life is filled with challenges, unexpected job losses, health scares, relationship struggles, but your response to those challenges determines your stability. To build resilience, it's important to reframe your thinking. When faced with adversity, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I grow from this challenge? What small steps can I take to regain my balance? Resilience also requires self-compassion, being kind to yourself when you make mistakes or you face difficulties. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship, but about learning to weather it with grace. One tool to build emotional resilience is the gratitude practice. Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. It could be a person, a thing, an object, an idea. They could be as simple as a hot cup of coffee or a good conversation with a friend. This shifts your focus from what's going on to the pillow underneath you, to the bed that you're laying in, to the cool AC that's keeping you cool, to the warmth that's being created. This shifts you focus on from what's going wrong to what's going right, helping you stay grounded during tough times. Number 6, reflecting and adapting. This is the Kaizen mindset. In Japanese culture, the principle of Kaizen refers to continuous and incremental improvement. It's the idea that small, consistent steps add up to big transformations over time. When it comes to building authentic stability, this mindset is invaluable. Rather than aiming for perfection or massive changes all at once, Kaizen encourages you to make small improvements every day. It can mean setting aside 5 minutes for mindfulness, just saying no one more time, or investing in learning something new. The goal isn't to overhaul your life in one go, but to steadily move in the direction of your ideal self. To apply this, identify one area in your life where you'd like to build more stability. Break it down into small, manageable steps that you can tackle every day. Track your progress over time and celebrate even the smallest victories. By approaching stability as a continuous process rather than a destination, you can build resilience that can weather any storm. Another exercise, crafting a stability blueprint for health, relationship, and work. Creating an authentic and stable life is a process that requires intention and action. It's not something that can be built overnight, but by taking small, purposeful steps, you can begin to craft a stability blueprint for yourself, for the 3 core areas of your life. That is health, relationships, and work. These are the foundations that shape your day-to-day experience: health, relationships, and work. And when they're aligned with your values and your authentic needs, they create a solid base from which to grow. In this exercise, we'll focus on 3 crucial areas. The goal is to help you identify where you currently stand, what's working well, and where adjustments are needed. So where are you now? What's going right? And what's not quite going right? This is a practical exercise that will guide you through reflection and action planning. Let's begin. Step 1 is health. Build a solid foundation for your body and mind. Health isn't just about eating well and exercising and sleeping well. It's about nurturing your body and your mind, nurturing it in a way that provides lasting energy and resilience. When your health is stable, everything else in your life has a stronger foundation. So reflect on your health. Take a moment to assess your current health situation. Be honest with yourself. Acknowledge both the areas where you're doing well and the places where you need to improve. Consider the following: your physical health. How's your energy? Are you exercising regularly? Are you sleeping okay? Mental health. How are you handling stress? Do you take time for relaxation and self-care? Do you have coping strategies for difficult emotions? Nutrition. Are you nourishing your body with food that supports your well-being, or do you rely on quick fixes or unhealthy habits? Work-life balance. Are you overworking or neglecting rest and recreation? Building your health blueprint. Identify your health goals. What would authentic health look like to you? It could be having more energy, getting enough sleep, or learning to manage stress better. Small changes for improvement. Break the goals down into tiny actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to have more energy, one step could be introduce a 20-minute brisk walk into your daily routine. If you're struggling with mental health, maybe a 10-minute mindfulness practice could be a great start. Number 3 is you need accountability. Who can you share your health goals with? Maybe a friend, or a professor, or a colleague, or another professional who can help you keep you accountable, or just check in with you from time to time. So track your progress. Start with a health journal, for example. Each day, reflect on what went well and what didn't. What habits are helping you feel more stable? What habits are hindering your growth? Step 2 is your relationships. Build stability with the people who matter most. The relationships we form are fundamental to our well-being and emotional stability. Healthy relationships provide us with a support network during challenging times and a source of joy during good times. But relationships can also be sources of stress and conflict if boundaries aren't respected or communication breaks down. The goal is to foster authentic connections based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. So reflect on your relationships. Take a moment to reflect. Family, friends, partners, colleagues, consider the following questions. Are your relationships supportive, or are they draining you? Do you feel heard and understood by the people around you? Are you giving enough time and energy to the relationships that matter most? Are there boundaries that need to be strengthened in a relationship? Are you allowing space for honest, vulnerable communication, or are you suppressing emotions for the sake of peace? So, build your relationship blueprint. Prioritize the key relationships. Identify relationships that matter most to you, whether it's with a significant other, a family member, close friends. These are the relationships you want to invest your time and energy into. Write down the names of those people and set boundaries. Determine where the boundaries need to be set. For instance, if it's a family member, a friend that's draining you, what boundaries can you establish to protect your energy? Maybe it's saying no more often or communicating your needs more clearly. Communication plan. Are you being emotionally honest with the people who matter most to you? Are you listening fully or waiting for your turn to speak? To foster deeper connections, create a plan for how you'll communicate more openly, whether that's setting aside time to talk with your partners or having weekly check-ins with a friend. Strengthen your support system. Do you have a solid network of people to support you when times get tough? If not, how can you begin building these relationships? You might join a group, reach out to someone you've lost touch with, or initiate regular meetups with close friends. Step 3. Work. Create stability through purpose and productivity. Your career or daily work is a major aspect of your life and contributes significantly to your sense of stability. Work can be a source of fulfillment or it can feel overwhelming and draining. The key to authentic stability is work that's aligning with your task and your values, setting the proper boundaries, and maintaining a sustainable pace. Reflect on your work. Consider your work situation, for example. Are you feeling fulfilled by your work, or are you simply going through the damn motions? Do you feel your efforts are being recognized and valued? Is your work providing a balance for your health, or are you constantly overworked? Do you feel aligned with your long-term career, or is there a disconnect between what you're doing now and your long-term career? And finally, for now, building your work blueprint. Clarify your career goals. What are your core values when it comes to your work? Is it creativity? Is it financial freedom? Is it consistency? Is it helping others? Is it selling something? Understand that this key is to ensure that your career aligns with your authentic self. That is, you need to clarify career goals. What is your vision? What is your purpose? What is your mission statement? That's one thing I encourage. Just write 2 sentences or a paragraph very briefly. What is your mission with your work, with whatever it is you do? If it's not your current work, the work that you'd like to do, what is your mission? Number 2, set boundaries at work. Similar to your relationships, your work and your life need boundaries. You need to stop checking emails after certain times. You need to delegate tasks or ask for help. Identify where you can draw a line to protect your personal time and mental health. Create a productivity system. Being productive doesn't mean being busy all the time. It's about working smarter. Consider adopting a time management system like the Pomodoro technique, which is about 25 minutes of hyper-focused mono work with 5-minute breaks, or the 2-minute rule. If the task takes 2 minutes or less, then do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Reflection and adjustment. At the end of the week, take time to reflect on how your work week went. Did you feel like you made progress on your goals? Did you burn out? What adjustments can you make to avoid repeating unhealthy patterns? Now that you've crafted your stability blueprint for health, relationships, and work, it's time to step back and look at the whole picture. Are the areas of your life aligned? Do they complement each other? Or is there a tension between your personal, professional, and relational worlds? The key to true stability is balance. Authentic stability doesn't mean perfection in every area. It's about creating synergy between your internal needs and the external actions. Once you've identified your goals and challenges in each area, revisit your blueprint regularly. Track your progress and adjust as needed. Stability isn't a fixed point. It's a dynamic process that evolves within you. By building your stability blueprint and taking these steps, you're laying the groundwork for a more balanced and grounded life, one where you can face life's challenges with resilience, authenticity, and grace. Stay tuned. The next section is guided pathways, navigating the Genki stage. I hope you're all enjoying. Please subscribe and like if you like the video, and check out my one-page website, NorthForm.io. Follow me on Twitter, X, at Justin Allen Will. I'll see you soon.